Lacey, tell me, what would be most useful for you in our conversation today?
About the personal statement, I have no idea like where to even start.
Okay. What topics are you considering? Do you have any ideas in mind?
So I don't even like have anything. I don't even really know where to start with it. I just started like this whole process in November. I was a business major and I walked into accounting one day and I was like, this is just not what I want anymore. And so law school is always something that like I've thought about, but I was a little too scared. Um, but I looked at myself and I was like, okay, you're gonna extend your graduation date, you're gonna go to law school, and this is how it's gonna be. So I really haven't like started writing it because I don't even know like what to write it about.
Okay. Well, it could be about anything. But the fact that you decided like late in the game to consider law school, I'm wondering, have you thought about what you want to do after law school and why you want to go specifically other than just not business?
Yeah, so I really like politics. I kind of want to be in politics. I don't know if I really want to be a lawyer per se. Um, but definitely politics, like somewhere, I don't know where, but um, I don't think I want to go fight in court. I'm
Mhm.
figuring that out that I don't think I want to go do that. Um, I don't think I would have a problem being a lawyer for a little bit because I have like family members that they're like my aunts and uncles that they're lawyers, and I don't know, like I'd be okay with it, but it's not what I want to do in the long run.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to give you some advice that you may not have expected, but it would be to explore more about the field of law specifically, because for
Yeah.
99% of people, going to law school is simply a path to becoming a lawyer and nothing more.
Yeah.
If you want to go into politics, you can work in politics without having a JD. A JD may not actually add much to the equation, depending on specifically what you end up doing. Being a specialist in a particular area could be useful, and being a specialist in campaigns or the marketing involved could also be useful. But the JD
Yeah.
itself doesn't really relate that closely to what most people in the field of politics do. So you mentioned a couple of family members who are currently lawyers, but the kind of law they practice doesn't appeal to you that much, you seem to indicate, right?
He does tax law.
Not the
And
most
I'm like,
exciting,
no.
right? So you've narrowed down some areas you don't want to be involved in. You don't want to do business. You don't want to do tax law. You don't want to be in court. That's fine. Most lawyers actually end up not speaking a lot in court. But I
Yeah.
think you should take some time instead to think about, what do you want to do with a law degree specifically, and how would a JD benefit you in that area? So talk to some people in the field of politics who have JDs and see, does it make a difference? Maybe the work you want to do in politics doesn't actually require a JD, and
Hmm.
maybe it wouldn't add much at all. So I think it's worth having those conversations first, because the JD is a big investment of both time
Yeah.
and money and opportunity cost, of course. And so it's not for everybody. And I know we haven't even gotten to the personal statement yet, but I think having your law school why nailed down first is really important before embarking on this process in general. But as for a specific personal statement topic, if you do decide that law school is for you, you could literally write about anything at all. It doesn't have to be personal statement, it doesn't have to be law related in particular. It could be about getting a puppy if you wanted it to be.
Okay.
You can write about anything. It's all about how you go about it.
That sounds, because people have told me, oh, you can write about this, this, and this. And I'm like, that's just not interesting enough. Like, I feel like everything that, because I mean, I'm 20. I haven't really experienced anything like too bad that like, and I don't know if I want to put a sob story because I don't think that helps.
No.
Um, so I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you could write about, for example, just to give you some ideas of themes, you could write about a failure and how you overcame it, or how what you learned from it, an obstacle and how you overcame it. You could write about a struggle. You could write about something that inspires you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different directions you can take it. So I'd think about simply, what are you passionate about? You mentioned politics. Have you had any direct exposure to work in politics?
I actually just got an internship with someone running for the U.S. Senate.
Oh, nice.
So that's something I just started. So it's not like I can write one yet, but I don't expect to be in law school if I do end up going until August of 21. So I still
Gotcha.
have over a year. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So I would say take some time to explore whether getting a JD is really what you want to do and what you need to
Yeah.
do and would be worthwhile for you. And as you have this internship, you're going to get a lot of real world exposure to a variety of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a U.S. Senate campaign internship is a great opportunity, and you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
on the ground dealing with long hours and stressful situations, and how you handle them and navigate them could be a good topic for a personal statement if you decide that law school is what you want to do.
Yeah. So I also have a question. So in my business major, I failed like a couple classes. I failed a finance class, but I'm retaking it. So it'll replace and fix my GPA. And then I also failed an accounting class and a business intelligence class. I never failed a class up until like that point. And a reason that I failed the last two is because by the time like I had realized what I want with my life, I was like, I don't even need this anymore. Why am I here? And that was kind of part of my problem. Do you think that's going to mess with me getting in a lot?
It all depends on how LSAC calculates your GPA. Obviously,
Okay.
failing a class is not good for the GPA.
Right.
So I'd say whatever classes you can retake to get that boosted up would definitely be to your benefit, because it is largely a numbers driven process. And
Yeah.
but the LSAT is going to be even more important. So I'd say retake what you can. And then aside from that, just aim to get the best LSAT score possible to boost your numbers.
Okay. Because I changed my major to political science with like a pre-law concentration. And someone told me that that would only count like towards my LSAC GPA, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if the business classes would just go away. I don't think that's how that works.
Right. Yeah. Everything from your undergrad goes into your LSAC calculated GPA. And if you have any questions about the process, I would just say email LSAC, because they have a rather complicated system for converting everything to a standardized GPA on their end.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I don't know if I have any more. Oh, could you do like a GPA what's it called? An addendum?
Yeah.
Amendum?
Yeah. You could do a GPA addendum to explain away low grades. I mean, I don't think that's saying like I lost interest because it wasn't what I really wanted to do. I don't think
Mhm.
that makes for the best, most compelling GPA addendum. It's usually more something like I had a personal crisis of some kind that was temporary in nature, or I had difficulty adjusting during freshman year. So I would think about other reasons why your GPA may have dropped, if maybe there's something else going on aside from what you mentioned. But I
Yeah.
think what you stated to me directly earlier, I don't think would be good for a GPA addendum.
Okay. There was a couple things that, yeah. The first one for sure for the finance class that, yeah.
Right. Yeah, of course. Well, anyway, Macy, I'm really glad we connected. Before we sign off, what would you say is the biggest insight you got from our call today?
That I may not need to go to law school. It's probably something that I don't know, that I might not do. I might just go get an LLM and call it quits. But yeah, I don't know yet.
Well, you've got time to figure it out, as you said.
Yeah, a long time. Well,
Awesome.
thank
Well,
you so much.
my pleasure. Please keep in touch and let me know if you need anything at all as you move forward. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.